My name is Shiraz Norman, St. Louis native. I had the honor of coordinating Amnesty International while they were on the ground here in St. Louis. A lot of people are talking about the next Michael Brown that already happened. His name was Mr. Wilson, 25 years old, gunned down 10 shots in North St. Louis. The tape that has been released is now in conflict with what the officers have reported. Amnesty International has released an official statement on that today. 6 days ago, while we were in Ferguson during the peaceful protest, we literally saw the environment change from a peaceful protest to the police actually putting on riot gear and everything else. I don't know if they paid attention to the fact that the new executive director of Amnesty International was in town that day and we were all tear gassed at a peaceful protest. Let me let you all know the severity of this situation. This is the first time ever that Amnesty International has ever deployed 13 delegates. Yeah, you need to clap for that because this is the problem. Amnesty International deployed 13 delegates along with their executive director being on the ground and we were tear gassed. According to the Geneva Convention, tear gas is illegal by international law. According to the Geneva Convention, tear gassing is illegal by international law. You want to know why Dick Cheney and George Bush really won't leave the country right now? Because they can be held accountable for war crimes. These are the types of things that have gone down in Ferguson and the police shooting in North St. Louis. We are having an international crisis here. And I'll let you all know, and I'm speaking just as Shiraz Norman, your cognitive dissonance will not protect you. Your lack of historical knowledge does not make you exist. Because if we allow this to be done to Black people, which let us be clear about something. We've been having a human rights crisis in America for 400 plus years when it comes to the Black American. 13 delegates, never. Amnesty International on the ground in Ferguson. Executive director walked into tear gas. Illegal, according to international law. Guns drawn on peaceful protesters. We have the video to prove it. And it didn't take us because the youth fucking stepped up. If it were not for all those young people that you all call thugs, Amnesty International would not have been on the ground. All of those young people that you were writing off and discounting and that the media just negligently called looters, those were the ones. And let us be clear about something. In the Rwanda conflict, during the tribunals, the media was held accountable. Let us be clear about something. This isn't local, this isn't regional, this isn't even national. We are being held to international standards. And everybody who is in media needs to pay attention. Go do some homework and some history lessons because we have done everything wrong. Everything. So my action plan is, if you know a law enforcement officer, encourage them not to be a robot. I would say that again. You need to ask them to question their humanity and to say, don't be so simple to just simply say, I was simply taking orders. Because you know what? All those people that got held responsible in the Rwanda tribunals, they were just simply taking orders and now their asses are paying for it. So if you know that you are. So let's get clear about that. And lastly, Bob McCullough is running uncontested in November. You hear that? The prosecuting attorney that everybody has so many problems with is running uncontested. Now it's for everybody to stand up and do something about it. Because you know what? The thing that broke me down while we were out there all those days, I saw a toddler. I saw a 3-year-old sitting on his father's shoulders with his hands up. And that baby knew. That baby knew what that meant. And how dare all of us in this room for that fucking baby to sit on his father's shoulders and to know what that means. Malcolm X in 1965 pleaded with the United Nations for Black Americans for our plight to be realized. And guess what, white America? You need to be held responsible. You need to, because the chickens, as he said, the chickens are coming home to roost. And I'd be damned if we are going to sit here and have that again. Because guess what? Amnesty International came to my hometown. This is where I'm from. And how dare we show this face to the world? But guess what? How dare we get caught? It was time for us to get called on our shit. Because guess what? Not all of you all were marching with King. Lord knows if I heard another white person say that in St. Louis. Not all of you all were marching with King. All of you all were apathetic, sitting here, resting on your fucking laurels. And now we're in the situation that we're in now, with international laws being violated. And we're sitting up here being little internet thugs on the Riverfront Times and St. Louis Post-Dispatch comment section. We look like some backward redneck Bamas when you go and look at those comment sections. Racism looks very well and alive in St. Louis. And once again, like I said, your cognitive dissonance will not save you. So all of the white people in the audience, check your people. Check them. Because we're not playing anymore. International eyes are on us. And people are going to be held accountable. Should I